Hey guys, it's me again. Yeah, today I'm sure you can tell by the title and all that today's a rough video. And okay, well, I don't know where to start with this. I mean, first, before we get into the really bad stuff, let me kind of ease you guys into this with the bad, but not even close to as bad stuff that has been my past 10 minutes. This isn't quite as bad as what we're getting to, but this is certainly stressful for me. So I was on YouTube and today just looking through all my stuff, and I saw a bunch of videos talking about this this fire, this terrible fire at Kyoto Animations studio. And I was like, okay, well, let me look into this. I spent like 10 minutes getting all sorts of stuff ready and all that. I was like, okay, I've got to cover this on my channel. As an anime and manga YouTuber, I this is the this is not even it's not even debatable. This is for sure the most tragic thing to ever happen in the world of anime and manga. So this was really getting to me. And obviously I wanted to talk about this with you guys. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some stuff ready. I'm gonna make this video. So I got everything ready. I was setting up to start recording. Well, somehow my phone goes flying off the tripod. My battery goes through the back of my phone, which stays on, and ends up on the floor. My back of my phone didn't come off, so that means my battery literally went through the back of my phone, which is solid, so it's defying the laws of physics right there. So there's that. And then also my tripod kind of shattered, so can't use that. So I've got my phone set up on my Lego Hoth turret right now. That's what I'm using. So everything of mine is just breaking and doing weird stuff. So that's also annoying me also. But anyway, now that you guys know my small personal problems, let's get into the big problem that I've mentioned briefly, and that is the fire at Kyoto Animations Studio. So Kyoto Animations Studio is Kyoto Animations makes some amazing anime. They are loved by so many people. They make some of the most beautiful stuff. Some of their most notable works are they've made animes such as K-On!, A Silent Voice, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which I have right here, Nichijou, which I have right here, Violet Evergarden, and Lucky Star, just to name a few. Those are the ones I'm familiar with. And if you know anything about those series, you know those are some of the most beloved in anime and manga. They're super popular, everyone loves them, they're great. Some of them are absolutely hilarious, like Nichijou. Some of them are just very unique and amazing things, like Dragon Maid. Some of them are super sad and touching, beautiful movies, like Silent Voice. And then you've got stuff like Violet Evergarden, that never ceases to amaze people with how beautiful and amazing it is. And it's like Kyoto Animation is just amazing. Like I can't describe how great they are. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who they were before I read and watched all the videos about this fire. Honestly, I had no idea all these amazing series were made by the same people. And now that I know that, that's so cool. And it's just sad that I had to learn this in the context that I was learning it in. And so basically, what happened was recently there was a huge fire. The studio is basically destroyed. If you haven't seen it, it's really sad and depressing to look at. Just because these are people who are so passionate about anime. They've made such amazing stuff, and they really didn't deserve this. And so basically what happened was the main suspect, it's pretty much all but confirmed from what I understand that he did it. His name is Shinji Aoba, and from what I understand, he has pretty much nothing to do with the company whatsoever. He basically just lived near the place. Let me first say that he supposedly has had a history of bad mental health and violence. He's actually been arrested a couple times for theft. But anyways, he claimed that Kyoto Animation stole his idea for a novel, and he also said that they steal stuff all the time from people and use that to make their anime and all that. I, for one, think that's bull. I don't think they would do that. I don't think they have to do that. So, we've already got this guy. He's not all there in the head, and he's mad at them. So, apparently one day he showed up to the place with 40 liters of gasoline. How that wasn't suspicious to the people is beyond me. I mean, I'm not saying anything against them, it's all against him. Um, but he just shows up to the place with 40 liters of gasoline. Okay, that should set off some red flags. That's I don't know where he got that. Whoever sold the 40 liters of gasoline to him should have been a little suspicious. Like that's not a normal amount. You're not going to fill your car up with that. You're doing something bad if you have that much. It's pretty obvious, but they let him do it. And he shows up with that. But that's not all. He also supposedly had a bag full of hammers and knives. What? Why do you just let a guy with 40 liters of gasoline and a bag full of hammers and knives walk into your place? I mean, again, I'm not saying anything against the studio. The studio, I don't know, nothing against them. I have nothing but sympathy for them. My heart goes out to everyone there. But anyway, he shows up with all that stuff, and he enters the building. I don't know how he gets in, but he gets in somehow. And it's reported that he yells, "Die," as he completely soaks everything in gasoline and then sets the building on fire while it's full of people. So currently we have 34 deaths in result of this. I believe last I saw the most recent death toll was 34. So we have 34 people who died. Most of them were in their 20s, and one statistic I keep seeing is that most of them were women. That yes, that's sad. I for one don't care about gender though. I just care that all these people are dying. Like all those young, passionate people who just wanted to make amazing anime, all their lives just ended like that. Just because this guy decides that he's gonna claim that they stole his idea when they didn't. I'm sure they didn't. And so he's gonna go there and he sets the place on fire. And all these people needlessly lose their lives because this idiot thinks, hey, these guys stole my idea, let's burn their studio down. That's not logical at all. So, I mean, again, he has had a history of bad mental health, but my gosh, honestly. And not only did 34 people die, but another 34 people were reportedly injured. Some people's injuries were because it got to the point where it was either burn to death or jump off balconies to potentially survive. You're not even guaranteed survival at that point, but it got to the point where they were jumping from balconies just hoping that that would be enough for them to survive. And fortunately for many, it seems like it was because they got away with only injuries instead of death. So at least they survived. That's good. Now Shinji, for one, was captured by police. He was seen escaping the building. He was horribly burnt, from what they say. And when the cops got him, he was telling them how they stole his novel and all that stupid stuff that he's been saying. And I saw online, the most recent thing I saw was that he's still unconscious in a hospital, and police are waiting for him to regain consciousness so that they can formally arrest him. Hopefully that's soon. This guy deserves to be arrested. And then I've also seen a lot of things online talking about how he might get the death penalty. Now, I know many people over here in the U.S. have mixed opinions on the death penalty. Some think it's great, some think it's stupid. But I think at this point it's hard to argue that it's not justified. With what happened here, I think he is more than deserving of it. I know that's not my place to say it, but I don't know. What he did was horrible, and if they give him the death penalty, I can't say that I'll be sad at all about that, because that's just horrible what he did. And think, not only did he kill and injure in total 64 people, no, 68 people, I'm sorry, but he also devastated all of their friends and families, and then the entire anime and manga community, which is millions and millions and millions of people. All of these people are going through so much stress and sadness and pain because of this stupid guy. So I think the least we can do is give him whatever the harshest punishment Japan over there offers. And again, this isn't my place, but I think it's the only logical. Again, if you disagree, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you guys. That's not what this is going. That's not what the point of this is. I'm just venting a bit, so I'm sorry. But yeah, also, like, here's how serious I'm taking this. Most times, if you watch my videos, I'm one of the most casual guys ever. I don't script anything. I just wing it all because I don't feel like I really need to. Well, I have a journal here with a page full of notes just for things I wanted to cover on this because there's so much that I felt needs to be talked about that it's like I can't just not script this at least a little because then I know I'm gonna miss something because there's so much to talk about here. And so that's how big of a deal this is for me. I'm only, how many series have we seen? Okay, I've seen Violet Evergarden, and I've read Nichijou and Dragon Maid. Those are the only ties I have to the company. And then I've heard of the other ones I mentioned. I'm actually getting a Silent Voice soon, but that's beside the point. So I'm someone who, as far as an otaku or a weeb or a weeaboo, depending on how extreme you are, I'm not here to judge. That's not the point of this either. But as far as all that stuff goes, I'd say I have, as far compared to a lot of other people, I'd say I don't have too much experience with the studio. And as someone who's, even with someone like me who doesn't have a whole lot of experience with them, I'm still furious with the guy. So I can only imagine how devastated the people who have seen and watched every series they've made, every movie they've made. I can only imagine how those people feel. And that's just horrible to think about that. So to all of you out there watching this that have been affected by this, be that you're a fan of their work or someone who was hurt or killed in it, I'm sorry. Just please stay strong. We can get through this. It'll all get better. And my gosh, I also heard that this is officially the biggest mass murder in Japan since the bombings in World War II. Now, I don't know that I would consider those mass murder because it's war, but still, it's crazy to think that this is the biggest event and has caused the most deaths since we nuked two cities. We dropped nukes on two of Japan's cities, and nothing has come even close to the death toll from that until now. That's how big of an event this is for Japan. Japan's got one of the lowest crime rates in the world. So this is just shocking. Never would I ever have expected to see something like this happen. And of course, definitely not in Japan. Like here in the US, I guess it's somewhat plausible. I guess maybe something like that could happen. Maybe in the Middle East where you've got all the crazy attacks going on a lot, maybe there, but in Japan, one of the most peaceful, neutral countries in the world, they don't want to offend anyone, they don't want to tick anyone off, and here they are suffering something as tragic and as horrible as this. That's terrible. Now, I feel I should mention, if you do want to go ahead and help the studio, there are tons of things online where you can go and you can donate money, or you can buy their stuff and give money that way. There's tons of things you can do online if you want to help. So if you have money to spare and you feel like maybe you want to help out Kyoto Animations, definitely please go through for it. It's totally worth it. These are amazing people who have had to suffer through so much, and I'm sure it would mean the world to them to get some help. But yeah, I'm at a loss for words now. Um, actually, my original plans for today was I knew I had a package that's supposed to be coming today. It hasn't come yet, but my plan was just unbox that, maybe record another part of my manga collection series, but then I started hearing about all this, and this is my main focus for today now. I'm not doing anything else, guys. I'm sorry if my packages come, I'll record that all, but don't expect to see anything else today. This is my video for today. Maybe even tomorrow too, just to really let it sink in how bad all this was. So maybe don't expect any uploads for a couple days just because because with YouTube, your newest upload seems to be the one that gets the most traffic. So for a while at least, I want this video to be my main video that people are watching and people are finding, because this is what I am in terms of my manga and anime videos. This is what I care the most about right now, and this is what I want you guys to care the most about right now, just because this is such a big deal. So don't expect any uploads for at least a couple days, just because I want people to find this, I want people to see this, I want people to be affected by this. And so there's that. But yeah, man. Also, guys, if you want to have conversations about this down in the comments, feel free. I would love to talk with as many people as I can about this, just to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on the matter. We could talk about stuff and all that, just because one of the best ways to cope with things like this is to talk with other people who are also going through it. So, if you feel like talking about it, please feel free. Say something in the comments. I would love to talk with you guys. But anyway, that's about it for now. I'm sorry that I got a little angry. I'm sure that was very obvious. I had to really hold back too. If you couldn't tell, I was really holding back from just yelling and saying all sorts of horrible things that are in my head about the guy, because I don't think too highly of him, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, I had to really hold back for this video. I wasn't perfect. My anger still showed, I feel like. So I'm sorry if that upsets you. It's just that with a subject like this, I'm gonna get at least a little angry. So yeah. So sorry if that bugs you. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please help Kyoto Animations out in any way you can. If you have some money that you could send their way, do it. If you're religious, if you're the kind of person who prays for things, please keep them in your prayers. Even if you're not, even if you don't believe in God or anything like that, at least try to pray for them, because it can't hurt. So please just do anything you think will help, because they could certainly use our help. And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys next time.